Liberty Nation. Truth is making a comeback.
Hi, Lisa K. Donner here for Liberty Nation, and with me today is Tim Donner, Graham Noble, and Scott Cosenza for our weekly roundtable, and we will be discussing the Colin Kaepernick Nike ads, which say, "Believe in something, even if it means sacrificing everything." Alrighty, so what we've done is pick out a few memes. This ad campaign is kind of going crazy on social media. There's a lot of backlash. For a while there, Nike's stock went down again, but I'm told it went back up. So let's start with your meme, Tim.
Well, the picture of Michael Brown saying, "Believe in stealing cigarillos, even if it means sacrificing everything," kind of makes a statement on the culture now, doesn't it? You remember Michael Brown. I'm not going to have to remind the viewers of who he was. But I mean, it's a perfect mockery of the slogan. And really, I guess it does result in yet more publicity for Colin Kaepernick, satire. I mean, Donald Trump, if he's taught us anything, it is there's no publicity that's bad publicity. And Donald Trump got elected president against 100-to-1 odds using that basic idea. So
yeah, but this is a guy who says he's trying to bring to light police brutality in America. And essentially he's saying, there's a lot of racism going on, and he's not bringing light to that issue.
Well, part of the problem with police brutality criticism in this country is that they pick the wrong cases to criticize. Mike Brown was in the act of beating up a cop who stopped him for robbing a store, strong arm robbery. It's pretty clear. We have the FBI report prepared under the direct and intense supervision of Eric Holder, an African-American attorney general, which showed that the black people in the neighborhood were terrified of their truthful recitation of what they saw, which was Mike Brown assaulting the cop, because they were afraid that the blacks in the neighborhood who wanted to riot.
Hands up, don't shoot.
Yeah, hands up, don't shoot. That's exactly right. That's the lie. And that's part of what motivated. Thank you, Tim, for that that visual depiction, by the way. That's part of what motivated, and I say part, I mean part in no small measure, part of what motivated Kaepernick, based on a lie. Okay. And by the way, Tim, I wanted to go to your point earlier, which is, I think you're right. All these fake memes, you know what they all have? That Nike swoosh somewhere on them. So yes, no such thing as bad publicity there.
So, Graham, what was your meme?
Okay, so my meme was the image of Colin Kaepernick taking a knee, and then in the background was an elephant. And the caption of the meme was, "Blacks killing blacks, a much larger problem." And I think that, goes to the heart of the matter here, that the entire Black Lives Movement and the entire issue about police brutality and racism, and those are not fictional issues, but they've certainly been kind of weaponized politically. I mean, basically, Black lives apparently do not really matter unless those lives are taken by police officers, preferably white police officer. That would fit the narrative perfectly. But, a police officer of any race is also now the subject of the animosity of these people. And I think it's a real shame that, for instance, the rest of the black on black violence in this country is completely ignored simply because it's not politically useful.
Yeah, it really is a shame. I'm going to go next. And my favorite meme was the picture of Nancy Kerrigan and Tonya Harding, which said, "Believe in something, even if it means taking a knee. Just do it." So you may remember that Tonya Harding's husband contracted with a friend to have her kneecapped, right?
Right. So the slogan, I mean, as funny as that meme is, it would have been even funnier if it was, believe in something, even if it means kneecapping somebody else. That would have made it an even more hilarious meme.
All right, Scott, what's your meme?
It's the flat Earth meme that basically says believe in something even if it's not true to me, and that's why I think it's a great comment on the Kaepernick meme, because it's not true that the NFL bears some burden in the struggle over police brutality and police mistreatment of Americans. That the police do mistreat Americans, I think, at a level that is unacceptable, and there is a police brutality problem with police in America. I believe that wholeheartedly, and also that the NFL has nothing to do with it and shouldn't bear the burden of fixing it. I think it's ridiculous for Kaepernick to behave like they do bear some special burden, and it just has nothing to do with the other. And I wish that he would actually talk about it in a way that might move the ball forward, because there are certainly lots of people in America who could use the help, and our republic would be much better if the people had a better relationship with the police. And this doesn't help that at all. Just gets Kaepernick more clicks and more dough from Nike.
All right, and Tim, you made a point to me where you said, believe in something. Well, everybody believes in something. I mean, that's true, right?
Well, the ad says believe in something even if it costs you everything, even if it means sacrificing everything. Well, everybody believes in something. I've never met a person in my years on the earth that didn't believe in something. For many people, they just believe in themselves, which can be good or bad. But I mean, you among the on the list of people who believe in something are Hitler, Stalin, Mao, Pol Pot. They all believed in something. So to
Osama
believe
bin
in
Laden.
Bin Laden, it doesn't distinguish you from anybody else. But in terms of sacrificing everything, I mean, that's laughable, because what Colin Kaepernick is doing by getting this Nike contract is he's salvaging everything from a career that went south after a couple of good years as a starting quarterback for the 49ers. He had then been benched and reduced to a backup role, and probably would have gotten a backup role again were it not for the fact that he made a spectacle out of himself and started a movement that the NFL was too cowardly to shut down until this off season, when they did. And then they backed off the prohibition that they had placed on people disrespecting the flag or the national anthem.
All
or
right,
however
but we have with us our legal affairs editor. Now, Kaepernick is suing whom and over what, and alleging, and what are his chances here?
Kaepernick is suing the National Football League for violating the terms that they have with the players' union contract. So the players' union, which I think everybody has to be a member of, they negotiate a lot of the terms that the NFL has to their performance side with various players. It's not just the individual contracts that the players sign with their teams. And Kaepernick alleges that the NFL owners illegally, under the terms of that contract, basically colluded to deny him employment or a contract. So he's going to have to prove that, in contravention of that contract, that they will be able, that they acted against his interests. Now, the players' union contract itself is not public record, so I don't know. It's a tall burden for him to meet, though. I'm sure that his team and his lawyers are going to love to get involved in examining the emails and text messages of the various owners to the extent that they're granted access to them by the court. But we don't know yet whether or not that case looks strong or not. There's been nothing publicly revealed, though, that I know of, Lisa, that indicates the owners did behave in a manner that would seem to the naked eyes as some sort of gross and inappropriate discussion about his future employment on a team.
All right, I'm giving the final word to Graham.
In terms of the Kaepernick versus NFL case, I'm looking forward to seeing Roger Goodell's tweets saying there was no collusion. This is a witch hunt. I'm looking forward to the reliable sources coming out of the woodwork and telling us that he met with Russian agents.
What about anonymous sources?
Yeah, and the anonymous sources as well. Yes, yeah. Bob Woodward calls them reliable sources, apparently.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Tim, Graham, and Scott. This has been another edition of LibertyNation.com. Be sure to hit our website for all the news you can use about liberty. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm Lisa K. Donner, and this has been LNTV.
Visit us at LibertyNation.com.